Hello, hello. Goodness gracious, that took forever trying to get this started. I had to make 3 different streams before this one actually finally popped up. Well, hello. As you can see, we have Nioh 3 here. I know I'm about a week, actually exactly a week late to the party. Actually, no, 2 weeks? What day is it? The 20th? No, on the 6th? Yeah, I'm 2 weeks. 2 weeks behind. But we're here. We're going to get the platinum for this, and I decided to try getting this live. I'm going to play this completely live. Now, for full disclosure, I have already played this on my main account. That's what I've been doing the past 2 weeks. And so this is one of my alt accounts that I have that I use specifically for recording or streaming purposes. And so that is full disclosure. So I already know how to play Nioh. I played the first 2 Nioh games, 1 and 2, to completion. Like, did absolutely everything in them. All the endgame stuff, everything. So I already know what to do, and so I already had a good footing going into this game. But yeah, this game is a lot easier than 1 and 2, like by a noticeable margin. I probably ran into 4 bosses that I guess you would consider challenging. One of them, not exactly, but the other 3 actually are. And there was only one mission that was legitimately tough. But since this is an open world game now, or an open-ish game, you can just level up and just become overpowered and just completely run through, which is what I did, because it did not seem balanced for where you're able to do that mission. Compared to where you're most likely going to be level wise, it was ridiculous. So I was just I'm not doing that. I just backed out and just came back, leveled up, and then destroyed it. Also, I am going to be using an axe as soon as I have the availability to, which I won't get access to the axe until after, I guess, like the extended tutorial mission is done. But once it is, I will be ripping it. That's so funny, being told to go to the mirror for training. Like, that is the funniest thing. Imagine being told that. Like, like go clean yourself up before you start training. We don't want you looking ugly now. So, as I do with all games, I will be changing myself to a lady. And yeah, we'll have that. I'm not going to mess around too much with this, honestly. Now, if anybody ends up having a character code at any point, hey, pass it my way. I'll change my I might even look one up like after, like off camera, and change myself up. But honestly, I'm not going to put too much time into this. I didn't even do that in my own account. I just found some character code and just from online and just took that. So I'm not big on character creation. Never really have been. So I'm just gonna mosey on here. Any changes I'll just do off camera. I will say this is probably the best tutorial out of the Nioh series that they've done so far. The first game, you just started in a prison cell, and it just threw you right in. You just started fighting characters and goons, and there was nothing to teach you how to play the game. I mean there was, but like it was very trial by error, like extremely so. Okay, I'm gonna mess around with the Odachi, just for the sake of this. Yes, that's what we're gonna choose. I do find it, like, I just don't understand why the tutorial limits you to 4 weapons. Like, I still don't get that, and I do hope that they update that in a patch, because it just sucks to have to like for all the players that like other weapons. It just sucks that you can't choose the weapon you want to choose right from the start, because like Nioh 2, which actually Nioh 2 actually had a pretty good solid tutorial, as a matter of fact, but you had every weapon you could choose right from the start. Besides the, I think they even added the DLC weapons after those were included. But yeah, you can use every weapon you wanted. So I just don't really understand why you can't do that here. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Okay. I did play the demo that came out a couple weeks ago. However, for the sake of this stream and everything, I'm just going to start from the very beginning. There's really no, like, I just want to get, like, just showcase the full thing. And also, if I need to use footage for a video, I want to be able to have everything that's in here. So, okay, buddy. There we go. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. They recognize I already healed. I thought I soft locked myself there for a second. I will say it's kind of cool that you get like some combos like right in the go. Like, it's pretty nice. However, I don't know how to. I just took him down, but I don't have the skill to actually do that, which is very funny. I need to swap the controls. On my profile, I swapped out X and circle for jumping and dodging. I need to change that back. I need to change it to match it, because it just took me forever to get used to the new, to the swapping out for X and circle, which is weird because Wolong, you could jump in that game too, and I don't remember having an issue with the dodging and the jumping in that game. But it might also be because that game was also way more focused around deflecting rather than dodging. Or this game, this game also has deflecting now too, but Nioh's always been more about dodging. So I think I'm just too used to the Nioh way of doing things. I do find it funny how that lady got thrown into a well. That was very funny. If anything, like, unless that well was deep, I mean, she's probably actually safe and alive. Oh, I do find it funny how, like, we were just, like, out in this, like, it's funny how we didn't hear none of this happen. Also, my boys Mezuki and Gozuki, hey, the homies. You're gonna tell me this man blocked a sharpened axe with his arm? Whatever. But our boy Hattori Hanzo and Nikomata, that's how you say it. Good to see them again. Okay, so first things first, controls. I think, which one is it? I think it's like just type D or something. Yeah, I think it's just Guardian Spirit, Shift Stop button. Was that it? The control top. Yeah, this one. I think this is the one I want. Yeah. So, yep, that's the one I want. Cool. Okay, got it. Now everything's working how it should. I can jump with circle, dodge with X, as it should be, as God intended. Hello, Jet. You got the. You seem to be a fan of these bunnies now. Anyways, yeah, we started just Nioh. Started about 20 minutes ago. Oh, I can't even deflect yet. I just love it how, like, this game is, like, this tutorial is, like, it's just weird. This whole game has just been, because I finished the whole game some days ago on my main account. And, like, it's like, it's such a weird thing. Like, it's still Nioh, but there's so much that's changed. And I can't even explain what could have made these changes. It's like good and bad. Like, some of it's good, some of it is bad. But I don't know. It's hard. It's so hard. Like, I wouldn't say it's to the point that it makes this game mid or anything. Like, this is still a great game. I had a lot of fun with it. Especially that first playthrough. Like, the first playthrough for on a new save file, like a new go. It really is, like, magical in a way. Like, it does feel like the Elden Ring for Nioh fans. Even though this game isn't, like, completely open world. Like, not completely, because there are many parts where it will follow a more linear design, like mission or level design, like the other Nioh games did. But like it's just like you just because one thing I remember I think I heard about like in Elden Ring is that like it's so big and massive, but they put so much stuff to find in there, which is what made the exploration so rewarding and so much like so addicting. Like there was just always something to find around every nook and cranny, whether it was a special weapon, a special skill, or not skill, like a spell or a miracle or whatever, or like another quest you're doing for someone. And this game has that too. Like you're just finding something. You're just finding something everywhere. Like you're never going like a few minutes without discovering or finding something, and it was fantastic. And that's what just kept me playing like way longer than I should have most nights. So like on that respect, fantastic. Just fantastic. But like everything else, like not everything else, but like a lot of other things though, it's like a mixed bag. Like they changed a lot of things from like that were in the first two games. A lot of it's like, and it goes from beginning stuff to end game stuff. Like a lot has changed. A lot has changed. And one thing that I found baffling was that it still is like a loot simulator. Like there's so much loot that you're getting, but there's far less set bonuses to take advantage of, which is weird, especially for the axe users. I think I saw like 3. I mean, there was never a lot to begin with, but like, I don't know. It's just, it struck me as odd that there was just like, there was noticeably far less set bonuses. And maybe it's because it's split between samurai and ninja, and I'm never using the ninja style, and maybe that's why it feels like there's a lot less. But like for people who are sticking with just only one play style and not using both, it does feel noticeably less, which I guess is a sacrifice with like having 2 completely dedicated styles of play. Also, I don't remember having to press X with it. I was just able to hold it. So that's, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But also, I did turn down the game volume. Jet. Hope it sounds a bit better now. Okay, so it doesn't really matter for this. I'm never going to use ninja style. I'm just not. I don't like it. I mean, I'm sure I would if I actually gave it a try, but like I'm just so used to just being in like samurai, which is how the other 2 games were. So I'm just going to switch back because I do not care about the ninja style at all. Like, I think the only time I used ninja was for, there's one trophy specifically for ninja, and it's just to kill 10 enemies with ninjutsu. That was the only time I used it. I mean, I'll probably eventually maybe give it another go, because there's there's like titles you can get, and you can only get certain ones with ninja. So I'll have to give it a try eventually, but it's going to be a samurai playthrough. Because I want to use the axe, and the axe is only on samurai, and I'm not using the dual hatchets. Okay, go ahead. Thanks for letting me know that, but it sounds better. It's weird. I've always like had it. I always seem to have an issue with the game audio, like in any stream that I do, which is very odd. I don't know why. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Oh, it's because of the way the style shift has changed. Okay, I don't know why that's... I don't know what the hell I did. Maybe I just kept the same. I kept the same. It might be because I kept the same. Okay, I gotta write the controls. I gotta go back to the controls. That's really weird. Okay, back to controls, back to controls. Okay, so you... Okay, we'll just make that... What? No, I want... There we go. Okay, now that should be fine. And I can... Okay, yes, there we go. That's more like it. Ooh, that was a nice little 3 combo there. I don't know why I can't deflect though. I can't remember if I have to, like, do I have to block it? Okay, now we shouldn't have any issues. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yes, very nice. There we go. That was what I was looking for. Just needed to change the controls a little bit.
あやかしの気配は未だ消えませぬ。ここに残るはわしのみで結構。お二方は先へ。
その傷ついた体で、しかも一人ではあやかしを食い止められまい。私もここに残る。共にこの城を守るぞ。何？竹千代は一人で大丈夫だ。
Okay.
主を信じよ
Oh, while they're talking, I'm gonna get some
なれ
water.
ど、いや、論じておる暇はありませんな。仕方ない。はしごを下ろすゆえ、しばしお待ちを。
Oh, jeez. Okay. Look at him. Up. Okay, we are now on our own.
忍びの技、無事を。
一人では心細いじゃろう。わしが
Now
友を
we
し
get
てやるぞ。
him. It's a little cat. Just for Jet, too.
半蔵のことなら心配はいらぬ。わしの姿が見えずとも数々の戦を生き延びてきたからな。
So I'm so one thing that's tough about going back, having an alt account like that's like end game, and then going back is that because I have all these other skills and stuff like that that I'm so used to not being interrupted or staggered when I'm doing attacks, like strong attacks and such. Then now I'm realizing how good of a skill that actually is when you don't have it. Okay, so now we're getting towards the end of the like regular tutorial. And I didn't pray at the shrine on purpose because it doesn't really matter here. Because like this is basically the same as the demo, and in the demo, this all happens, and this ends up being a boss fight that like we're not supposed to win. Like it's almost practically impossible to win. I mean, not impossible, but it's incredibly difficult to actually win, and especially for me, who's not even using a weapon that he likes. It's even harder. Like. For me, because I'm really not good with anything but the axe. I do like how we talk though. That is pretty dope. We actually talk a couple times in this video, or in this game. And it's really cool. Like, cause in Nioh 1 we talked, because we were actually a player character. Although very little. Cool. So that's about as far as I'm going to go with that. But yeah, we talked as William in Nioh 1. But Nioh 2, we were a silent protagonist. Completely silent protagonist. Which was annoying. But now we can talk again, so I'm happy. Although we do not talk very often. So this is like a hub of sorts. I'm gonna choose this one because this is more of the samurai focused version of Kusanagi for a guardian spirit. That is the ninja focused one. But yeah, this is like a hub of sorts, which some things will, more stuff will get opened up in a little bit after the tutorial's properly done. For a hub, we actually don't come here that often. Because you can still do most of your stuff that you need to do at a shrine. And I guess instead of, because like in the past Nioh games, it was mission based. So after you were done with the mission, you went to like to this mission map of sorts to choose different missions from there. And there was always a section in each region's map where you would take care of like your gear and stuff like that from there. But this game is more of an open world focused game, and so they took that out because it probably wouldn't, because there's like not mission to mission status here anymore, and so they added that hub there. But you're still really not there very often. Like I'm probably there like 10 times throughout the entire game. Sometimes you have to go there just because to do certain missions that are only there. But otherwise, until you start needing to go into dealing with your gear, increasing your gear at the sword at the blacksmith, you really don't need to be there very often. Hey, you want to share some ice cream, Jet? Send me some ice cream. Share.
追い込め。
Share your ice cream, or I'm gonna sick that giant doggy on you. And oh, Jed, the Bell money. I'm pretty sure you meant Taco Bell, but hey, we got our first trophy. Your little your most gracious dono activated the first trophy of the
それ
game.
に見たか、あのまがまがしい光。国松についておったのと同じ輝きぞ。
Okay, so I did, because I'm a Neo diehard. I did pre-order the game. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition. I beat the demo. Well, actually, no, I didn't beat the demo on this profile. On my other one, on my main account, I beat the save. I beat the demo. So I'm not gonna get the special demo bonus, but I'm gonna get some pre-order stuff. And I bought the season pass, and that came with some stuff too. So I'm gonna have some extra, like some extra gear that is gonna give me like a slight edge. It's not huge. Like it's not a huge. Also, I'm gonna use this Garden Spirit, by the way. I have it on my main account, and yo, it is like, for the way I play, for my play style, this is honestly the best. This is the best Guardian Spirit. Because again, there's not a whole lot of them if you're only focused on one play style. Whereas in the past, there was like so many. There was so many, but now they're split completely even. You can only use so many, and out of the ones for the samurai, man, this is like the best one. A damage taken debuff, or I guess buff, on all damage taken is fantastic. Martial arts key consumption is fantastic. Basically, like, you use less stamina when you're using martial arts, which is not exactly great for axe users, but it is great in general because you can at least keep your combos going longer. And then strong attack break is also fantastic, especially for axe users, because that means break means you're doing more key damage to enemies, and that's always good because then that'll break their stance faster. That'll make them run out of stamina faster, which is fantastic. So honestly, and then the other two things that you get afterwards are also fantastic too, because faster winded recovery is great, because if you run out of stamina, you get to recover it more quicker when that happens, which is just great. So honestly, nothing beats that. Let me do a couple things before we move on. Yep, okay. Also, like, yeah, this is like, I will say, like, the tutorial for this game in general is a lot better. It is way more, like, easy to understand for newbies. Like, it shows you, like, equipping gear. It doesn't show you everything. It doesn't go, like, to all the nitty-gritties, but, like, it does enough to kind of ease you in. It tells you about rarities and everything, too, like, right from the start. Like, in the past, it was always there, but you had to search it yourself. But now it's, like, just all here for you. So I'm just doing some setting up here. Excuse me. And no, I meant the bell. Well, regardless if you meant the bell or not, I know what bell you're talking about. But either way, greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, Jet. Let's see here. So I don't want to get too heavy, because you always want to stay, for samurais, generally, always in the past, you always wanted to be at least below 70%, because that puts you in the C agility range, and you don't really want to be there unless you're trying to be a huge, heavy, thick boy or thick girl, and if you have stats that make the use out of that, then great, but otherwise, you generally want to be in that green B tier agility. So I'll put that on. What do I want to wear? I guess I'll wear you. Oh, shit. Oh, that's cool. It actually, like... Oh, that's dope. I didn't know that it did that. That's cool. That is cool. Okay. Like, even be able to put on charms right from the get-go is really nice. Not for the defense it offers, but more so just for additional buffs. Okay, Amrita. We want Amrita. That'll be nice. And bow damage for later. Okay. We are set. Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Let's use that. Can I level up? Like once? Yeah, I can. Level up. Yeah, we're level 6 now. Or level 2, we're level 2. Hell yeah, nothing can get in our way now. Alright, let's do this. I will say I do like how when you do an assassination from up top, it puts you right into like the crouching stealthing. I do like that quite a bit. I will say it is kind of nice though that at least like the game starts off like as like a general like mission type of deal, like as if it was like the older Nioh games. It is really nice. It's probably the best thing they could do to ease players in. Okay, but I can't deflect yet. I don't know why. Oh wait, because it's a skill you gotta learn. That's why. I keep forgetting. Like I said, I've already beaten this game on my main account like a few days ago. Whoa, this guy fucking jumped over here. I haven't had that happen before. But yeah, like, I've already beaten the game, so I kind of forgot some stuff, and I forgot that deflecting is a skill you have to learn. So. Alright, we got our arrows now. Yo, hot tip for anyone who ever watches any stream I do on this game, do not sleep on the ranged weapons. They are and always have been super busted. Not only are they stealthy, but the damage they do is stupid. And that's not just because I'm the beginning of the game either. It's not. It's not. If you get proficient enough with a bow and later on with like regular rifles and like what they call hand cannons and shit, you can do some nasty stuff. Now I do feel that they nerfed rifles, or they nerfed ranged weapons quite a bit because of it. Like, it's not, like, I used to just run rough, just I was a problem. Like I'm sure many others were. But I was a problem with ranged weapons. I was sniping dudes like I was Hawkeye. Like it was out of control. Boop. You see that? You see that? Like stuff like that. You can just completely. I mean, obviously didn't kill that guy because he was not exactly an elite enemy, but a bit more healthier. But still, it was like for human enemies especially. Oh my gosh! Like nothing beats it. Just absolutely nothing beats it. Like the stuff I be doing with the axes, or it's just or not axes, but with just all that stuff, man. It's just, whew. However, like I said, they did nerf ranged like a decent amount in this game for a few reasons. One, you can't have as much ammo for any of the ranged weapon types as you could in the past. I mean, you can get like an extra shot or two, but like, I don't. You just start like you just don't have as much. You can't get as much. Like I feel like in the past games, you can get as many as like, gosh, like 8 or 9 shots with a rifle. But in this game, you get far less. Like you get 5, and I think you can get up to like to 6 or something like that, or 7. But it's far less. And like finding ammo is not as common as the other games. You can buy it, but you used to be able to find it a bit more easier. Also, I've beaten this game now. I don't know if they're gonna add it in a patch. I hope they do. But you only get 1 ranged weapon, whereas in the past you got to have 2. Both Nioh 1 and 2, you got to have 2 ranged weapons, and in this game you only get 1, and I don't know why. And I'm not mad about it because of wanting 2 different weapons to use. It's more so for builds, because you can use both of those 2 slots for armor pieces and stuff like that. That's what the reason. Like that's what it was more for. And so not being able to have that is really annoying. But we are now at the boss. We are now at the tutorial boss. Or I guess extended, like first mission boss, I should say. First mission boss now. And so we will do some quick using items and leveling up a couple levels. Changing my armor if I'm able to. Oh, I even got a better Adachi I can use. Cool. I'll just keep this. Let's see here. Trying to see which will give me like the most increase for as least little like increasing my weight below to keep it below. So I'll probably just go with this. Go with that. Okay, and then I will level up. See if I can reduce my equipment weight. Let's see here. Okay, I can bring it down 4%, which is good, and then I can maybe see if I can put on another piece of armor. Okay, can't do that. But I can put that on, which is great. Okay, cool. Ooh, I can put that on. Nice. All right, so we're a little bit more defense now. We increased our weapon. Our stamina's at 7 or something, 7 or 8, which this weapon doesn't scale with entirely, but a little bit, I think. Yeah, it does. It does a little bit. So we're as good as we're gonna be. Let's do it. I will say, like, this is it's a pretty decent, like, you know, first proper boss fight of the game. I don't think it's as, I think it's like a good in between, because in Nioh 1, even though it's like the first level itself, I think is a bit tough. It doesn't tell you much. The boss himself is actually kind of easy and simple. I think he was called the Executioner or something like that, and he was pretty like, I feel like as long as you're doing his patterns, you could probably get through that boss, even if you weren't good at managing your stamina. But Nioh 2 was it was a pretty big introduction. Like fighting Nezuki was a little rough, I would say, for new players. But this guy's like a good in between. And also, it's always good to see our boy Honda again. So, we get to see Honda again. And that's never a bad thing. And at least this guy's really cool, too. And we're both fighting with Odachis. Oh, I didn't dodge how I wanted to. Okay, yeah, it's another thing I gotta use too. Because, like, this game doesn't tell you, and for new players, they would never know this, but the game starts you off. In mid stance. So the game starts off in mid stance, and there are the two other stances are in the game. You would never know that, but they are in the game, and they do play very differently from each other. Damn it. Oh wow, I'm actually alive. But yeah, like in high stance, when you dodge, you just immediately roll. Just like you immediately roll. And so I'm used to that because I've been using the high stance. Because in axe, when you're using axe, you're basically always in high stance. It's just the most effective. Oh, I missed my chance. Okay, we got no heals. I'm probably gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna use this so I can save myself. I don't die. I really don't want to do this over again. We might pull this through. We got him. We got him. I do feel bad that I had to use the Guardian Spirit, though. I do feel bad about that. I don't use it very often. I did use it a few times in my main playthrough, just because I did eventually want to use it just to play around with it. And holy crap, can it absolutely wipe the floor with human bosses. Like, it is not even a joke. I mean, human bosses have always had the thing about you could easily like stagger them and get them basically stun locked if you know what you were doing. That is the case for this game on a lot of the human bosses. Not all of them, but a lot of the masters that you run across. I was able to just basically stun lock them, more or less. Hey, you like my glowing armor? Hey, we get his deer.
Takeda Shingen. 戦国最強とも噂されるあの甲斐の虎がついに牙を剥いた。
I wonder if this guy, I can't remember if this guy had his armor set in the other Nioh games.
あやかしの入り混じる赤き怒涛は容赦なく我ら徳川を蹂躙。なおも牙を突き立てんと奥へ奥へと迫っておる。その赤き怒涛が狙うは
なく家康様、太平を目指し若き頃より先陣を共にしてきた。殿をお守りするためならば我が身など惜しくはない。
Gosh, I love Honda. He's such a homie. I love Honda, man.
家康様の浜松城はこの先よ。
So from what I understand, this is actually the time period that we're in. We're in the Edo period. From what I understand. And it seems to be sometime after Ieyasu, like, you know, took over Japan and ruled. So this is after, like, the time period that we're in, because we're going to be in different multiple time periods of Japan. But this period is taking place after the events from Nioh 1 took place. And that took place in 1600. That game, like, everything in that game took place in 1600. Like, in the span of, like, some months. And so, if that was 1600... I forget what year this is. It might be, I think it's 1622. It'll tell us, but I think it's 1622. Dude, this is so dope. I did not know this armor be glistening like this. That is so cool. Alright, man, I got you. Alright, so I'm just gonna run around here. Just run around. I know there's a couple things you can grab on the shore here. Okay, I guess it was just that one thing. Alright, that's fine. And I can say already, I already explored this whole slope uphill. There is nothing here. Not a dang thing here. This is a dope. That's a dope shot. That is a really cool shot. That's probably the best one out of the three. Oh, this is no. I take that back. This is before 1572. Oh, this is before. Okay, that's weird because if this is 1572. And because when you're playing with, you know, when you're playing as Lord, not playing as, but like when you later on in this region of the game or this time period, you talk to Lord Ieyasu, and he talks about meeting William, who he hadn't shown up in. Maybe it wasn't 1600. I swear it was. I swear it was 1600, but maybe not because no, yeah, 1600. It had to be. Very odd. Like I don't understand. Because like, how could he talk about it if he wasn't? Like, so strange. Okay. Anyways, So yeah, like now the game like telling you like because like we just grabbed a samurai point, and so it wants us to use it, which like the previous games didn't tell you none of that, which is hilarious. But anyways, so yeah, like in the samurai skill tree, which is very small, um, almost seems like it's not even worth it. This is where you can unlock high, low, and mid in like your deflection skill, which Jet, you were asking earlier about like changes in good or bad ways. This is one of the ways where I don't fully understand why they made a change, because in the past, Nioh 1 and 2, you had all three stances right from the get-go: mid, low, and high stance. And this game starts you off with mid stance, and you don't get to have high or low. I don't know why they did that. I really don't know why. Like, I guess just to streamline things for the new players that are playing this. I guess maybe to ease them in and not, I guess, not overstimulate, but like overwhelm, I guess, players. But but with the way they did everything else in the tutorial, having those three stances I don't think would overwhelm, because people are either going to ignore it or they're going to try to use it. Like I feel with the way they piecemealed everything else with the onboarding and tutorializing everything, I think this could have stayed. And also just it makes you have to waste a samurai point to unlock this, because again, like if you're an axe player, you're using high stance. You're just using high stance. It's just the best stance for axe. And that's been the case for Nioh 1 and 2, and me I playing this game, it works for Nioh 3 as well. So it's like I have to use a point to unlock this. Deflection I can understand. That I can kind of understand that. I mean, I still think they could have included it in the ninja part of the tutorial, but whatever. But like your stances, which were staples in the other two games, you have to unlock it, and it's like, why? I don't know. I'm also biased. Like, I'm not a Nioh newbie, so I can't relate. And it's been so long since I can't remember how it was when I first played Nioh, so obviously like I don't exactly know. But I don't. It rubbed me the wrong way, because it's just like it felt like it was like blocking, like cucking me for no reason, no reason at all. But it doesn't. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine, because now I have my axe, and I have high stance, and now I'm about to destroy this game. Okay, cool. Oh, and another thing that I found interesting with this game was that, so on your first playthrough, as you're unlocking things on the map for the first time, it was really nice because when you unlocked a shrine, you didn't have to pray at it for it to like in a way like save you there in a way. So like if you died, you would still respawn at that last shrine that you found. But on New Game Plus, everything's they didn't make it to where like you had to re-unlock everything or something. Everything's already considered unlocked and found and taken care of already right from the start. And so when you get to a new, like a shrine, it doesn't. Oh, okay. It doesn't I guess you don't re-find it. So if you die in New Game Plus, you died at the last shrine you prayed at. Which for an open world, like an open area, open field type of environment like this game is, that could be anywhere. Which really sucks, because I don't want to reset all the enemies. But at the same time, I do need to save, because it does create checkpoints, especially when you're traveling very far distances. So it was a bit annoying for me, especially when I was figuring that out, because like that doesn't take place in the first playthrough, which that was very convenient. But I guess maybe that's another thing of like taking the training wheels off in the second playthrough. Maybe. I don't know, but it was, I just wish it would tell you that. Because that was pretty annoying. Also, this little guy's a goddamn menace. This is a Kappa. And these are little shits. That's what they are. They're basically like your, like, I don't know, there's an enemy in like in Dark Souls Elden Ring as like an equivalent. But they're basically, they run away from you. Like, they're just meant to run away and be cowardly. But if you can kill it, it gives you a bunch of loot. Whole bunch of loot. The only thing I could think of that's an equivalent is in Borderlands there was like those loot midgets. I don't know if they have them in the later Borderlands games, but like in Borderlands, you know, 1 and 2, or at least 2, there was like those loot midgets that would just give you hella loot. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Oh, that was early. Also, the fact, I will say, the fact that there's like, this game gives you some skills, like, right away is nice, because I'm pretty sure in the past, like, if you chose the axe, you couldn't choose, like, you didn't have any skills, which this game now calls martial arts, but you didn't have any skills at all. You had to use those samurai points and stuff to unlock them, which was fine. But the fact that this game actually starts you off with one, like with a couple actually, is really nice, and especially when they're really good ones at that. Because Heaven and Earth has long been known as like one of the best hammer or axe skills. And Mad Spinner is a fan favorite. It's not the best, but it is a fan favorite. Spin to win, as axe users like to call it. And this is a little Scampus. This is a little friendly demon cat jet. He's fat and roly poly, and they're littered. They are littered around the map, and you just most of them you just need to follow them, and when they're done running around, you just interact with them, and they give you some little goodies. And they have like this a very adorable voice or noise that they make. But yeah, there's like big old fluff balls. Their names, they are called Scampus. They actually were in Nioh 2, and in Nioh 2, you could find them in some levels, like maybe like 30 to 40% of the levels you could find one. And they would give you like a passive buff, like they would like passively increase this certain gauge for you. But they, more importantly though, they could drop an item called a Clay Bell of Reckoning, and you could also craft them, but there's a chance that they could drop. And holy crap, those things were busted. Like they were absolutely, like, I'm not surprised that they're not in this game. They were so busted. Like I abused the crap out of them, especially for human bosses. That was where they shined, was human bosses, because you could have up to 3, and it would spawn one of the kitties, and they would fight with you. Now, they would never do a lot of damage, but that wasn't what they were meant to do. What they would do is every time it attacked, it would lower the stamina on the enemy. For humans or demons alike, but it mattered more for humans, because when they run out of stamina, they stop moving, whereas demons will keep fighting you. But the best part about it was that enemies never attacked the cats. They would still attack you only, and so that was why they were so useful, because it was just basically doing additional stamina damage without like any drawback. There was no drawback, And if you had 3 of them, if you had 3 of them on you, it was just constant. It was just a constant attack on their stamina, including whatever you did to them too. So it would constantly, that was what would constantly keep human bosses in a stun lock. And for some, it was only really needed on a couple bosses, particularly what was his name, Yoshimitsu. Oh god, it's not Yoshimitsu, but I forget his name. But I know it was the Omnio Mage that was Team Ninja were on some crack when they made him to fight, because he was broken in of himself. So you fight fire with fire. Spin to win, y'all. Spin to win. But yeah, it was just oh my gosh, it was insane. And they were also really nifty when you did a lot of like real deep end game content. They came in handy. I definitely used them a lot too. But yeah, it was even to the point where like when people would like try to showcase like doing like a boss at a high level, they would purposely put, you know, like if it was like a video, they would purposely put, you know, like no cats. You know, like they would put like no cats in the caption to let you know they weren't using it, because that's how much it would trivialize the fights. But yeah, we are in our first little area here, and I will say, I on New Game Plus that I'm on so far, I'm only in the first region of New Game Plus. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole thing on New Game Plus on my main account like right now, because it's so far like it's strangely not that much fun, which is odd because I didn't feel that with the other 2 games. But I think it's because they kind of shot themselves in the foot, the devs that is, because with the first playthrough, like I said earlier, you are constantly finding stuff, unlocking stuff. It just never ends. It is awesome. I absolutely, it's fantastic. I cannot stress how much I love that. But they don't do that in the second playthrough, and I was really hoping that they would. Like, you know, just some like New Game Plus exclusive stuff, you know, like making the second playthrough worth it. Because I feel like in a game that's now like kind of more open in concept, it would benefit from that. Like, I feel like that's kind of like what a game like that, I would even say, like, needs. And if you are comparing it to something like Elden Ring, or even Dark Souls just in general, they've long since have had that. Like, you know, New Game Plus exclusive spells. Actually, usually it's like spells, but like regardless, I guess like there's like New Game Plus exclusive things that you can buy or get or whatever. And there's New Game Plus features in a way, but it's not to the same extent, because I want stuff in the world to find, you know. Like I was kind of hoping that like there was like New Game Plus skills that were available to get, or New Game Plus the only thing that would matter like is like maybe some skills, or being able to re-find or re-get some like what do you call it? What's this game called? It like samurai, like I don't know what the game calls it, but it increases your capacity for having skills, and you can sometimes find them or earn them. And I was hoping you could be able to do that again in New Game Plus to continue increasing your limit, because like I can imagine in like the further in-game content that's really going to come in handy. Okay, I don't have my spirit skills. I will say this guy's actually, like, because you don't have much, this guy actually is difficult. like on the first go. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, that guy, he can be a bit of a problem because he's really fast, and especially if you're like an axe user when they're not very fast, he can be a little bit of a menace. But luckily, he's an enemy that does not respawn. So, now that he's done, we can move on. Okay, where do I want to go? There's some other house, like there's like, and like they really make good use of the space. Like when you're like in a place like this, like a little village, most of like the houses will have something in them. There's only a couple of houses or a couple of like spaces that like didn't have anything in them and was like, why is this here? But almost every time I went to somewhere and there was nothing there, and I always felt like, you know what, something's supposed to be here, isn't it? It would turn out that yes, there was the space was going to be used, but just later, or like in a mission that I hadn't done or hadn't unlocked yet or something. So it was nice that they didn't really waste almost any open space that they put in the game, which is great because that is just, I think every gamer hates that. It's just so annoying. Oh, there you are. Dang it. Okay. And we got another little cute critter. And it is this guy. Oh, really? You're gonna move right when I want to get you? Okay. And it's a little weasel, I believe. And there he goes. Chichiko, we got another trophy. Keen-eyed. Cool. Yes, we got to get all of those. Like this platinum is it's not very hard, but you will have to basically find and get everything. Literally everything in the game. I was told, I had read like this game is supposed to have like 1,000 collectibles in total. Now some of them, I don't know exactly what everything in this game qualifies as a collectible. Excuse me, but there are some things on the map that you don't have to get, even though they are marked. But most things you do. But yeah. Oh, damn it. Oh well. Wanted to get him in the head, but I missed. It's alright. And we got ourselves a little Kodama here. Good to see these guys make a reappearance. And I don't know how I feel about the Kodamas, like the way they did them. Like, they're all around the open world. I don't know how many there are. There's like I don't know. Well, in each region, like there's a couple like in every like section of the map, but in total, I don't know. There's probably like 80 or something. And because it's open world, you can eventually unlock their locations. But in the previous Nioh games, there was nothing you could do to get them marked. It was either you looked it up, or you just try to be a super sleuth and find them. But there was nothing you could do to make them like pop up on a map. There was a sensor that you could get on a piece, like as on a piece of gear, which would tell you like if you're close. But that was about it. And you were really moving. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Okay. Cool. Alright. Those boys are taken care of. So actually, what I actually just interacted with a apparition, like a spirit, and it opened up a side quest. Which I'm happy that there's like side quests. I don't think there's enough of them though. This game calls them myths. Myths, whatever, a myth. And the game says that there's like, I think 29 in total. but I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's 29 in total. I think it's because like some of them are found like how I just interacted with one, but other ones I think are side missions that you get from like talking to characters that you meet. So I think that's why it doesn't really feel like that, but I don't know. It just another one already. Oh my gosh! Like these guys can just show up anywhere. Oh my gosh! I'm literally playing patty cake with this guy. Okay. Fortunately, he didn't run into the open area, because I am not going to run out there and then get myself killed. So that was fortunate. Oh, come on. Is there really no way to, like, get up there without him? Oh, it's alright. He's dead anyways. Okay, come on, big boy. You and me. Gosh, I'm so not okay with being so damn weak. Or not weak, but I really need to unlock that deflect. Like ASAP. There's also another couple skills that I need to get. Like, the cool thing about the axe is that there are a handful, like a good handful of skills that you can get. It's never, I mean, it actually has a pretty good amount. I feel like especially in this game they actually added some new ones as well. But axe never really needed that many skills to be successful. You really only needed like 3. Like for like high level end gameplay, like real like end gameplay, you didn't need that many. Like I think I only need like 3. Heaven and Earth, Rumbling Earth, and that's actually it. There is a skill where I think, I don't know what it's called, but there's a skill, I think it's for the, I don't know if it's for the axe only, but there's a skill where after you use the martial arts, you can like use your axe to move, to push yourself forward, and it essentially kind of keeps your like combo in a way going. Also, we got ourselves an extra trophy, capture the base, yay. But yeah, it keeps your combo going essentially, in a sense, or it just keeps your momentum going while keeping your stamina at a good amount too, which is nice because it helps you keep your pressure on enemies and keeps them from recovering. And I think that's like the only 3 skills that I use throughout the entire game. If you want to have some fun, you can play around with Mad Spinner. It's real fun for like early game, mid game. And then you could maybe, some people like to use Lumber Chop instead of Rumbling Earth, but Rumbling Earth has just been the go-to. And also, this is what we're looking forward to move that side quest forward. And I probably should put the language to English, but I will not stand for it. If it's like Nioh 2, it's going to use British English, and something about British voices coming out of these Japanese faces just feels weird. But either way, we're about to mess this dude up. This is a big dude. I think, what? Because I had I had the deluxe edition of Nioh 2, and in it it came with an art book, and in the art book, it actually showed designs for Gaki, and it showed 3 stages of the Gaki, but one of them was never used. And I wonder if this is, I think this is that 3rd one that they finally got to use. Oh, you motherfuckers throwing rocks at me. Rude. Okay, fine. This was the dude. So like that. This was the fun. Like this was who we were looking for in that side mission. Was that giant thing? I'm just kind of just flowing right through this though, because this game is pretty big. Like I think it took me, gosh, I think it took me like 40 to 50 hours on my main account to get the plot. Well, to finish the game, but essentially I was doing everything as I went along, because fortunately this game doesn't like make it to where like you still have to unlock certain things by like the end region to get everything. By the time you're in the end region, you basically have everything unlocked open for you to get everything as you need, as you see fit, which is nice. So it took me like 40 to 50 hours, I think, to do everything in the game. And so if I want to get this game done in this lifetime, I need to move. So, also that was a Mezuki, if you didn't see that. Now, I am woefully underleveled, probably. I could level up. The thing is I'm trying, like, I've always been like a hoarder of like your like level up currency. I'm the same way in Dark Souls. Lies of P, I was the same. And so I kind of just, it is a high risk, high reward situation, and I do know that. I just don't care. So I am probably underleveled. However, we did get a new weapon. High attack damage. Ooh. Is that really worth though, this? I get nothing out of this, but it is more damage. A pretty good amount. I'll put that on. Yeah, I'll put that on. Now, I can't really put on any new armor because I'll be overweight. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and fight ourselves Mezuki and see if we can wipe the floor with them. I don't have like any skills. I got like nothing. You know what? I have a dream. I'm dreaming. I'm hoping we can do this. Oh jeez, I might not be able to do this. I can't even deflect. Oh man. What I want to have happen at some point is to knock his horns off. Because if I can, that'll be some mega damage. Or mega, not key, but like his equivalent to key damage. If I do get a good shot on those horns, that'll be good. You know what? Pull this off. Oh, yeah, he's done. Done. Game over, son. Not even a problem. Not even a problem. Didn't even need to use all my health either. Not even a problem for your boy. All right. Took him out. Now, I've heard some people, because I was on Reddit. I've been on this game's Reddit a couple times. Just curious what people were showing off and talking about the game. And I have heard some, and these are more than likely like longtime fans like myself. Some people have shown some disdain for the field bosses that are in the game, because most of them are older game bosses from Nioh 1 and 2. Like that guy I just fought, he was from Nioh 2. And you come across like other ones, like the next field boss, well, like yokai field boss that we'll meet, he's also from Nioh 2. And there's like a very long mission in another region, and like in a cave, and the boss at the end of it, and that is from Nioh 1. And some people were like a little bit upset that they just brought back and reused bosses from old games instead of like having more newer bosses. And I can understand that, but I also am a sucker for nostalgia. So I didn't mind it. I actually was like really happy every time I saw one of the old bosses, especially the Nioh 1 bosses. Holy crap. Like they brought back a Nioh 1 boss like in the late game, and I had a feeling it was going to be who it was, and then it was, and I was like, holy crap, I haven't seen you in so long. I think it's because there were bosses, it was really nice because it was Nioh bosses that weren't brought back in Nioh 2 even, because some Nioh 1 bosses were brought back in Nioh 2, but some weren't, and so it was nice to finally see them again, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, so like it wasn't really gonna matter to me. Okay, so I think there's not any other craziness here, so let me go interact with that other kitty. Because if I remember correctly, there's no enemies around this spot, like wherever he goes. I just need to watch out for the platforming. The platforming is what gets you. Yeah, right here. I've died right here. Like I was very sad with myself that I ended up dying there. But okay. So he goes up here, but we just need to go around the corner here. And jump off these rocks, and we will end up where it is. And that's it. Alright. So we got that taken care of. There is a human boss that's over there, over by this house here, but I'm not going to deal with him at this moment. I am going to go up here and take care of some things up here. Because I'm actually going to have to go soon, and so I want to take care of this, because this won't, as long as I don't die, this won't take very long. Jizo. Okay. No, I almost had him. There we go. Gotcha. Oh, he doesn't actually move. Huh. I did not know that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if he saw me or not. These guys are these are little bastards. I swear. I don't know how hard they are. I mean, I guess it's an enemy that encourages you to jump, because you can do jumps. You can do attacks in the air. So it probably encourages you to do that. But I don't do that. I honestly always forget that that's even a thing. But anyways, we're gonna do this real quick. This is a lesser crucible. So it's like a wave-based thing, and it seems to be there's always 3. I think it was like 1 where there was 4 waves, but it's generally 3. You fight 3 waves of enemies, and then you can break this thing. And it has some of the mechanics that we'll deal with when we get to a main crucible. But that's gonna be some time from now. Oh, I have Guardian Spirit skills now. Cool. I think that's the only reason why. Yeah, I knew this was here. Which is, I guess it doesn't matter what, which crucible that you do this at, because I did a different crucible, and when I unlocked the spirit skills. So cool. But yeah, we have those unlocked now, which is another reason why I chose this particular Guardian Spirit. And we got another trophy. Woo woo. Because the spirit skill for this weapon, or this Guardian Spirit, is very nice, and it helps keep the pressure on enemies, especially human bosses. But it it can completely shred other enemies, completely shred them. So yeah, it's very nice. It's very, very nice. But yeah, so we did that. And there's this side mission that leads right into an enemy base, and I think after I do that, I will wrap up the stream. It is nice because it's right next to a shrine. So, but yeah, I do like how this mission tells you about hot springs. I did like that a lot. Like, it actually properly introduced hot springs into the game, because they've always been in the game, but you had to find them. But now she tells you, you get known about their existence more directly, which is very nice. And I like that. Oh, the text. That's what it was earlier. I was thinking about, the thing I wanted them to bring back in New Game Plus, where, the samurai texts. You can find samurai and ninjutsu texts in the game, and they increase your capacity to have samurai and ninja skills. And I was just really hoping that those would, respawn for us to be able to use in New Game Plus, because if this game follows, which it seems like it's going to, if this game follows the same motive, the same kind of thing in New 1 and 2, this game's going to have separate difficulty levels, which in the past it was 5, and then there was additional endgame stuff too. And I just feel with the max, the most that it seems you can get in first playthrough is 30 or 31, and that's really not enough. I can see that being a huge handicap in the later games, or sorry, later playthroughs. And so I was really hoping that you could get more. I mean, I'm sure you can in the DLCs, because that'll be your first time going through the areas, but then again, they're probably also going to bring about new DLC skills. So it's you run into the exact same problem. So I do hope they just they allow that to respawn, because it would be really great to increase that limit, just even higher and higher, because you're going to need all the skills you can get. And I don't think it's going to end up trivializing the game too much. If anything, it's going to help you survive. Oh, look at that. We got another trophy. Explorer. Because we're awesome. Okay, so now, before I go into the spring, I'm going to put the items here. And we can rest. We can soak up the hot spring. Yeah. Another change that I like is that you actually don't immediately get out of the spring. In the past, you just sat there for a second, got the buff, and then left. Like right away, it was automatic. But now, you get to sit here, and you don't get up until you actually press the directional, like the analog stick. Then you'll actually get up, which is kind of cool. Because I mean, it's definitely, I mean, you can't pause, which is weird. I don't know why you can't pause the game. Because I feel like that'd be great for like a lot of photo mode moments, but because like the sceneries are usually fantastic. Like look at that horizon there. You got, you know, Demon Eye in the background. You know, you got these cool trees. You know, so you can get some good stuff out of this, but either way. Anyways, let's get up and get to the shrine and wrap this up. And look at that, another trophy. Just get. I mean, I will say that this game does front load you with some trophies like early on, but then like after that, it is a slow drip into more trophies. But then if you're collecting everything diligently as you go, then you'll be like backloaded, not backloaded, but you know, front loaded at the end, or end loaded, I guess. I don't know, but you'll be getting a bunch of them at the end of the game, because you'll be wrapping up all your collectibles, which is a lot of the game's trophies. So, but either way, we are good here. Just gonna wrap up the first stream. I'll try to stream as soon as I can again. But yeah, I'll keep streaming this. We're gonna get the platinum on live. It will take some time. This is not a quick game, but we'll get there. At least fortunately, I do know how to play this game. I do kind of already know what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna kind of basically mimic what I did in my main account, and I know what bosses do. I know what to go for and everything. So it'll be mostly painless situation. But yeah, thanks for joining. Those that come here or rewatch it afterwards, appreciate you guys. Thank you, Jed, again. Also for the bell dono. I appreciate the support there. But yeah, everyone take it easy, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.